Whenever I considered that the end of the world might be on the horizon, I never thought that toilet paper might be the newest currency. All across social media, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it might be, you have no doubt seen all of the pictures of people buying out toilet paper in mass quantities. I can't help but wonder what the diet for a lot of these people might include. If that is the amount of TP that you require for a few months or even a few years, you really have to ask whether or not you're eating the right stuff. I mean, I know fast food is pretty bad, but you would have to think that these people are preparing to eat at home. And what are they planning on eating? What is causing such a bad reaction that you are anticipating that much of a fallout? Maybe this just says a lot about people. Don't bother buying any food. No, we need to stock up on toilet paper. I mean, priorities, right? You've seen what people spend their EBT on. People have had the heads up for a while now, something like 6 weeks, but still people are surprised when they go to the store and find that everything is gone. Specifically, the toilet paper in most cases, but some other grocery stores are getting bought out. I have to admit, this is something I wasn't prepared for mentally to see within 2020. I didn't think that this would be coming up along the horizon. As a result of people buying out large quantities of toilet paper, people are now frustrated at their casual trips to the store being cut short, so to speak. Some of these hoarders are even selling some of their toilet paper on the internet, much like the man in the previous video from yesterday who had 17,000 bottles, it was actually 18,000 bottles of hand sanitizer that he was no longer able to sell. And an update on that story, by the way, he has now donated all of that hand sanitizer to charity after being contacted by authorities. Personally, I think that's a bit much. Like, yeah, it was a jerk thing to do, but at the same time, did we have to get the police involved? It seems like a bit much, especially considering that the authorities didn't ever get involved when rent was getting doubled in the places I used to live. I brought that up in the last video as well. It just seems so strange to me what will bring out the authorities. Hand sanitizer and toilet paper, they're on the case, but the renters market inflating as a result of a natural disaster, they were silent when that happened. It speaks volumes about the police in my personal opinion, and the journalists too that got them involved. So people are out there just buying pallets of bleach, sanitizer, Clorox wipes, toilet paper, everything but food and dry goods. It's kind of strange. I mean, I'm to assume that they had all of those back at home already, at least the hoarders did. But when you see so many video clips and images of people buying tons and tons of toilet paper, you just can't help but stare in awe. The real question is, when will things get worse? But more importantly, when will they get better? Will we finally see more production plants in America as a result of all of this? Maybe. Maybe in the long run it'll be beneficial to society. I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see, and if some of you get desperate, I would remind you that your local dollar store has many books that are written often by talk show hosts, celebrities, politicians, and these books probably aren't the best reading material. I mean, look at how high the book is valued. Here's a post from Newport, Oregon Police Department on their Facebook. It's hard to believe that we even have to post this. Do not call 911 just because you ran out of toilet paper. You will survive without our assistance. In fact, history offers many other options for you in your time of need if you cannot find a roll of your favorite soft ultra plush 2-ply citrus scented tissue. Men of the sea used old rope and anchor lines soaked in salt water. Ancient Romans used a sea sponge on a stick also soaked in salt water. We are a coastal town. We have an abundance of salt water available. Seashells were also used. Reminds me of Demolition Man. Mayans used corn cobs. Colonial Americans also used the core of the cob. Farmers not only used corn cobs, but used pages from the Farmer's Almanac. Many Americans took advantage of the numerous pages torn from free catalogs such as Sears and Roebuck. The Sears Christmas catalog, 4 times thicker than the normal catalog, could get a family of 3 wiped clean from December through Valentine's Day or St. Patrick's Day if they were frugal. Then, of course, there are alternatives to toilet paper. Grocery receipts, newspaper, cloth rags, lace, cotton balls, and that empty toilet paper roll sitting in the holder right now. Plus, there are a variety of leaves that you can safely use. Mother Earth News magazine will even tell you how to make your own wipes using 15 different leaves. When all else fails, you have magazine pages. Start saving those catalogs you get in the mail that you usually toss in the recycle bin. Be resourceful. Be patient. There is a TP shortage. This too shall pass. Just don't call 911. We cannot bring you toilet paper. Well, I don't know what to protect and serve really means if you can't deliver toilet paper to my door on demand. What are our tax dollars even being spent on, right? And next, we have the story about the little cow that could. A cow that has been on the run, evading police since January. Pembroke Pines PD releases this image right here. Wanted, unknown cow. Description, female cow, brown with a white head. Faster than it looks. Talented fence jumper, enjoys pools, frequents the area near Sheridan Street and I-75. The cow is not considered dangerous, but it has been known to walk into the roadway. Drive carefully. Pending charges, moving violations, uttering false checks, and fleeing and eluding police. Please contact the Pembroke Pines Police Department if you have any information regarding this cow. It's good to know that authorities are on top of things, no matter how ridiculous it might seem, be it a toilet paper shortage or a cow that is on the run. In other news, Jay Simpson is on Twitter. Yes, you thought I was going to say something else. Well, no, Jay Simpson is on Twitter giving people advice on how to deal with everything going on right now. And in a lot of these replies, he's getting roasted by people who might not have been alive during the trial of the century. He's hiding a lot of replies right now that are taking a laugh at his expense, or maybe some of them are believably outraged. But whatever the case, he's hiding the replies, and this one in particular caught my eye. Hey OJ, hide this reply if, you did it. And what do you know? The madman actually went and did it. He actually hid the reply. And no, I don't think this is necessarily a passive confession of any sort, but it is amusing regardless. Jay Simpson is basically the spirit animal of gamer culture. You see, here's Jay Simpson pictured before society, and then you have Jay Simpson here pictured after society. I don't think it could be any more clear. There isn't really much you can say about Jay Simpson besides the fact that he might be the worst glove model of all time. And for all of those people who are outraged that Jay Simpson may or may not have done something horrible, I'll have you know that there is the possibility that an unspeakable word was spoken, an unforgivable word. How do we know that Nicole did not speak the word that should not be spoken? Perhaps she dropped a hard R, and perhaps Jay Simpson, reacting to generations of disenfranchisement, he reacted in a way that most people would frown upon, myself included. But one thing I've noticed, Jay Simpson is never buying any gloves. Of all the footage I've seen of him buying stuff at stores, he never seems to be buying any gloves or hand sanitizer. So maybe he just has bad blood with the glove industry. Who could blame him for holding any sort of contempt against them? He could never find the right size to fit his hand. I mean, if the glove doesn't fit, maybe he's giving us a load of, well, And we'll end with this. So Justin Whang, a YouTuber, pretty good one, has been contacted in the past few days by somebody who's demanding that he block somebody on Twitter, someone called Mr. BTFO, somebody I've never heard of before. Now, he's demanding that him and Dick Masterson and several other people block Mr. BTFO or have their Twitter taken away from them, as he apparently has the authority to do. Justin Whang shares this out on Twitter. Oh, okay, at Twitter support, someone is trying to exploit your DMCA system to make you delete my account. Do something about it. And perhaps a poor choice of words, they suspended his account. And what is more interesting about this story is that this account that is now bragging about having shut him and Rusty Cage down, but more than that, he has demanded Bitcoin as some sort of payment. Sort of elevates the criminality of this whole thing, wouldn't you agree? This is a screenshot shared by @LA-based comedian. And as you can see, it's pretty cut and dry. I have a strong suspicion that this is the same person that a few days ago demanded that Justin Whang unblock him from Steam, as this person wanted to be his video game friend. Everybody had a decent laugh, and it seemed like a troll, but all of a sudden, this happens. So it seems like the two might be connected. But the real point of this story is that Twitter will allow random users to impersonate former CNN contributors and false DMCA takedown different videos and have prominent internet personalities immediately shut down on a whim. They didn't even ask the guy to prove who he was or anything. He just said, hey, I'm the CNN guy. You should shut this down. And they did. As if we needed any more evidence that the whole system is completely broken. Whang goes into detail on his second channel. I'll leave a link to that in the description below so you can check out his side of the story. But I think that pretty much sums it up. So thank you everybody for tuning in, and have yourselves a lovely week.